What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 28-ish of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Grimgor Ironhide campaign. So as we saw last time, a couple absolutely massive battles as Spiked Blood Reaper and his WAAAGH took on the forces of the dead. Though both Aranessa and the Ramateb dynasty participated with 4 enemy stacks, the Gabos still managed to carry the day. And I'm pretty happy with their performance there. We also got ourselves a pretty big battle as we took on the last hard target of the Blessed Dread with Oglock the Boreable. And wait, leave the settlement just out of curiosity. 25-3 versus 24-3. Ah, slightly more healing outside the settlement, so right our own territory. Although it's not really our own territory. We'll be losing. Oh, I never moved you. We'll be trading it away. Anyway, let's see what we got to do this turn. First of all, you Greebits, you are going to head into the mountains, but let's grab this cargo real quick, just because it's nearby. Who knows? Could be useful. And sail to the wreck and do a quick little auto-resolve against this trash, and then go for... it's a very minor amount of replenishment. Let's go Slaughter Cap to some more control bonus. Keep that control working for us, and we'll switch to full speed stance and grab this mysterious island as well. There we go. We don't really care about the cash, but that's not why we're gathering the islands anymore. Are you actually able to reach the island? Oh, just short, okay. That's a shame. I guess we can send him to Horvengast as long as he's healing. Oh. We left our own territory for that. Aha, I figured we'd be able to reach it. But oh well, not a big deal. We'll send him to Horvengast, and then Oglock can maybe turn on Kugeth? Somewhere around here? Something along those lines. I especially would like you to continue destroying their stuff and occupy the stuff you take, Scarby. Please occupy. Alright, let's see what else needs to move this turn. Balorg Pigkissa. You're one of the newer armies, but you can move no further. Verrig Legbiter. Yes, we do want to try out those squiggies. And we still got to get you the Regiment of Renown of Squigs, but that'll take 3 turns. Alright, that's fine. Let's move you in march stance along this side of the coastline. Oh, wait, if we land at Oseberg or at Trollfjord, we could send you up here to start Kugeth thing. I could do that. Alright, let's do this. Also, if we catch Admiral Canavale Wrathbringer, that wouldn't be too bad either. And we'll see. Alright, so that's Verrig Legbiter. Mugget Leech, our ranged army. There were a couple of islands here. And that we're going to quickly grab. There's a Sea Corp, so you are in march stance still. And you cannot leave march stance, which means we can't grab that Sea Corp. So grab that mysterious island, go around, return the Sea Corps, and blah. I guess it's because he set sail. A little bit weird, what can you do? Farsight, come on, movement range. No, trunk of maps. Also, you do not need the Sword of Striking, but I will give you some Snotling Scavengers and a Swindler. And the Snotling Scavengers to make you move that little extra bit further. I don't know if anything else is necessary. I have a Backstabber and a Bat-Winged Loony. Though you're fairly likely to lose that one, and I don't really care about the Shroom Gatherer, and the rest is fine. Alright. Around like so. No, don't... I sent him too far. There we go. Like so, and then Quell Animosity. Hey, if there's something there that's worth fighting, I may even just fight that just for fun. Because we have a range units to try out. You stay at sea, Leroy Jenkins. The sea belongs to Leroy. And are you the last one that we had to move? Snorko does not and cannot move. There's Leroy, Grotzlik, Kruga, and nobody. Alright. So, low fightiness, we don't care about, at least not yours. Garrison or not moved, unsigned skill points, outpost upgrade is available. That I do care about. Mostly because we have enough cash to afford whatever outpost upgrade we desire. Now we can end the turn. Let's see if anybody attacks. We have several positions where it's possible for the enemies to hit us. And just looking at the balance of power, every faction is just absolutely pathetic compared to ours. At this point in time, Aranessa wants to peace out. No. We want to destroy everything south of the mountains, or trade it to our allies. We don't really care. And we have the new Darklands, Orclands, Arclands that we've made out of Bretonnia. And we'll be using the mountainous barrier to continue holding them as is. Freebooter, constructor. Settlement besieged. Oh, where was that? Vitsi River Littens. Oh. Would you look at that? KOSTALTYN and... Oh, wow. 4 little Groms and 2 incarnate elementals of beasts. Well, that ain't bad. But AZHAG has returned. Technology research completed. Great Cave Squig rather for Gozbag. Who the heck is Gozbag? Oh, he's one of the recruiters. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Skarsnik Finder. I got some traveling to do. Now, Skarsnik... I don't remember. Is he up here or down here? No, wait. This is the Silver Road, right? Yeah, so he wouldn't be here, even though the Silver Road looks to be taken over by the followers of Nagash, so good for them. Go... Yeah, maybe we can travel around. Wait, this is also followers of Nagash. Oh, I hope Skarsnik isn't dead. This is all Skaven corrupted. Is there anything non-corrupted here? Because that's the only way we... New School Mine. Black Crag. Vampiric Corruption. Okay, head down here. He used to be up here, but now I'm kind of blanking on... Maybe he is still at Mount Gunbad. Or is that the Red Eye now? Well, let's head up and around. We'll find him. We'll find him eventually, I'm sure. New tech available. We want to try to head towards stronger howdahs. We want to... defense +2 for orcs ain't bad. Income from raiding, income from sacking. We don't really care about income. I guess we could get Sharon as Karen. Upkeep production for orcs. Oh, that one ain't bad either. 9 turns. Yeah, we still need a lot more research. It's, yeah, we're gonna need more heroes to continue it, but, what can you do? Anyway, these guys. Now, the question with them is, wait, that's this faction, right? So they do have a full stack up here at Grimhold. They're just taking territories from the clan Pestilence over and over again. Well, we should be able to trade those, no problem. Hey, you, sir. You could take the Crags of Findle. You can't reach Morlana, but that's... Well, there's not much we can do about that. Alright, head to the Crags of Findle, then. We'll just occupy it as is, so that we don't have to deal with it. Can you auto-resolve this? Pyrrhic victory, but nobody will die. But the question is... Can anybody capitalize on you being damaged here? These guys, Milnil shouldn't be able to reach you. Morlana can, but I assume that she can't attack in concert with Milnil at the same time. Or at least I hope not. Watch them confederate and capitalize on this. Let's just hope not, because I'm going to auto-resolve this, and I know it's terrible damage, but let's face it, this one, not worth fighting. It's much weaker than the defensive garrison that we fought previously. We get the Luton occupy, but that'll lower the level, and it's only 5%. Just occupy it. Just straight up occupy it. Alright, get all the swindlers because our money is low. Now let's set up a raiding camp outside the settlement, and then let's set you into collect income, no, and give it here, yes, and then we'll build stuff there. And next turn, Grimgor can declare war on these guys who are currently at war with Arguelon. Fortunately, already at war with Arguelon, so we don't care. Is there anything we want Clan Pestilence to do if we join their war against them? Probably not, right? I don't see anything that we care about here. None of their territories that we want for ourselves, and yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, so I think we'll just declare war on them. Yes. We'll declare war, and call your allies to help. No, we're not gonna do that. It seems like a bad idea at this stage in the game. Alright, also, before I forget, you, Blorg Pigkissa. Now... You're a tough Night Goblin war boss, and you'd have the sneaky stab and buffs for these guys, but I think, let's see. Yeah, we got some defenses here. I replace you with AZHAG. If I can, there he is. Hopefully AZHAG is not too screwy. Alright, so he's got Talisman of Preservation, he's got an... thing rod. Okay, could probably do better than that. Let's see what he's got. Oh, I got another Lucky Shrunken Head. Yes, that's perfect for you. You get that melee defense and that additional ward save. You have a Crown of Sorcery. Yes, you have all your spells, and this gives us an additional +1 control to all provinces. I don't care for your Serial Luta. guess you could keep the Scarecrow banner since you'll be fighting in the sky on Skull Smasher. Don't need the bully. Keep the banner of swiftness, I guess, for now, and come from all buildings, heck no. And the Silleries. You could be a good carrier for a banner of eternal flame. Do you need a Lichbone Pennant? Do you need a Razor Standard? Well, I guess we don't know what's going to be in your army as yet. So we'll figure that out as we go. But we do want you to have not a Ranta, but a Snotling Scavengers for the movement. And actually don't care that much about the Swindlers, but why not? Alright, that's the last one, right? Wait, do we need a Shaman's Lackey? No. Do we need a Serial Loot? No, wait. There's something else that I wanted, but I no longer remember what it was. Which other ancillary do I keep giving everybody? It was something to do with stealing stuff, and it wasn't Swindler. Idol Carver? No. Or maybe I've gone crazy and there is no... Ah, wait, it was Backstab. It was Backstab. Okay, yes. And this is a thing that does indeed. Existence should be going on, yes. So let's remove... Actually, I don't think we want to remove any of these. Actually, I guess the Scarecrow banner isn't super useful to you against Kastaltyn in particular, so let's do that, and let's see what the AI did with your skills. We're probably going to have to reset them, and... You've got buffs for all Orc and Biggin infantry and cavalry. Man, too many of the Orc lords really like Biggins. I mean, go figure. But capacity for shamans is useful. We also have interception, vanguard deployment once again for Orc and Biggin infantry, and then this just gives you regeneration. We'll obviously want to get that. All of that. Fortunately, you do have the boys to buff up. You have the Gabos and the boys. And the big lads. I mean, you should instead have Riders to make sure that you take advantage of Orc Boar Boy Biggins. But not to worry, we'll deal with you. We just need to make sure everybody recruits as needed. You are no longer recruiting trolls because the trolls are no longer here. And we'll need to probably recruit the... Well, the Black Orcs won't work for you specifically, but they might work for another lord. Can you build Biggins here? Indeed you can. Let's go... Oh, actually. You can move southward to help Kastaltyn, and then we could use Grutshot here to recruit. I think that would be a better use of our time. You can jump fairly far like this, but it also will depend on whether we can kill off Kastaltyn with AZHAG, which remains to be seen with the army that we have here. Nonetheless, we are going to try it. Close victory, we'll pop the Banner of Swiftness on you for now, AZHAG, because you don't yet have the perfect vigor yourself. And then we'll go for the Banner of Eternal Flame on one of the giants, because they'll be in the middle of the formation, though we really need to watch out for those little groms ripping them apart. And go. Alrighty, here we go, AZHAG. Finally time for you to join the fray. Looking pretty cool up there. We'll see how effective you are, though your army obviously is not yet made for you, so we're gonna have to wait until we get it retrofitted, but for now we should hope that this is enough. Now we are facing off against 2 Incarnate Elemental Beasts and 4 Little Groms, so we gotta close the distance with the enemy army before they do too much damage. We're going to send in the fast movers on the flanks as we, well, generally do, but only primarily on one flank. The units of Night Goblins will actually take the other flank, as I'm hoping to get them engaged with all the enemy ranged units, and there's probably too many Little Groms for our limited number of Boar Boys to handle, as they have other things to do. Anyway, AZHAG's going to start out by casting a Spirit Leech and a Gaze of Nagash upon the enemy Light Horse. And surprisingly, the Gaze of Nagash doesn't bring one down. I remember when I was playing Kairos and using that on... Wait, did he just use it twice? Maybe the first thing wasn't a Gaze of Nagash, or maybe I started it and then stopped it, but the animation still went off. Odd. Well, either way, I remember when I was playing Kairos and a blue fire, or against Kairos actually, and a blue fire would bring down a sled. That was in the Boris Ursus campaign, and Kairos would just spam those blue fires every couple seconds, and every single use of it would bring down a war sled, and it was like, oh no, the sleds are all dying. And yeah, scary times, scary times. But anyway, looks like we're heading forward with AZHAG. And those war sleds are out, but the rest of the enemy army is going to join the fray right about now. The Gabos are preparing themselves to join the fray as well, and we'll try to counteract those incarnate elementals of beasts with our giants. And oh my, and they're quite a bit bigger than the giants, in fact. And ooh, nice and knockback with that chest cannon. I don't know what to call that ability. Heart of the wild, heart of the beast, maybe something along those lines. All right, come on, you two hit each other. Well, they'll get to it eventually. Anyway, the giants are working away. AZHAG is moving forward, and here come the boar boys and the other fast movers to prevent those little groms from doing anything else. Foolishly, the AI did keep 3 of its little groms together. A 4th is out here by itself, and those 3 really help us out as we can use a single boar boy unit to distract them all. Out here, our Gabos have engaged the enemy Kossars as well, and they should be able to rip apart the regular Kossars at the very least without too much trouble. And almost free company militia. Yeah, the free company militia. They rip them apart too without too much trouble. While the melee units get handled by our significantly better melee. Alright, AZHAG still in the center, trying to go after Kastaltyn, who's still reasonably at full HP, but it looks like the first of the elemental beasts, or incarnate elementals rather, has gone down. Elemental 2 is now the target as our trolls and our giant stream toward it as well. Gotta prevent this thing from ripping our poor orcs apart. And though, considering the single target damage that giants deal, we should be able to bring it down with decent ease. You do gotta love those animations on that thing, though. It is a pretty intimidating model, if nothing else. Alright, and there's that cannon ability. But how long will it last as the giants continue whacking away at you? And not much longer as the incarnate elemental dissolves back into the winds of magic that it came from. The Groms still surrounded. They are hybrid units like most of the Kiss the Froster and continue fighting in melee, but well, probably not for long. Kastaltyn's engaged in combat against AZHAG. AZHAG attacks him and spams his Spirit Leech and will go after him, and by the looks of it, Kastaltyn is done, and in fact, so is the rest of his army. Very nice. Very nice, AZHAG. And get a few more bites on that wyvern of yours, and death animation. Come on now. Better not let him run. Alright, he's running. I don't know if we can catch him. Hopefully we can. There we go, we caught him. Now we just gotta hit him a few times. And does Kastaltyn have regeneration? I don't remember. Well, he's losing a little bit of HP to something. Probably to the lethal poison, yeah. There we go. There we go. Down he goes. Well done, AZHAG, and your wyvern earned itself a nice meal. A nice battle, generally speaking. Certainly took a little bit of damage, especially to the boar boys, but they did very much do their job in blocking off those little groms who otherwise would have ripped our poor giants apart. Alright, not too bad at all, I think, and even though it was just a smattering of random units, AZHAG did quite well, and certainly showed that he could handle Kastaltyn without too many problems. I guess we want to... Well, I don't really care about the money, so let's eat the captives, heal up a little bit, chase down the army, and perhaps... Can we besiege this or no? By the looks of it, no, so we'll have to wait a turn. Alright, that's fine. We'll still need to take Irongrad. Auto-resolve this. Please don't tell me that badly damaged our giants. Okay, no, we're okay. And we will... Yes, Faithbreaker, defeated Castalon, great. Max, okay, yeah, we get 1 million ancillaries every time. You sir are gonna go back into encampment stance, and how you're gonna have to... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We won't be able to reach Irongrad next turn either? Damn, going around like that was quite the issue, wasn't it? Now, we have global recruitment available again. Are we able to recruit biggins here? Regular biggins? We are, but yeah, no, that takes too long. That takes too long. We could do regular trolls. We could do, they could do spiky roll. Well, I guess we already have spiky rollers here. Not one of the things we need here. I guess the other option would be to reset AZHAG. Now, you know what? I think we take Irongrad first, then we'll reset him. Once this faction is no longer a threat down here. Wait, they have another territory somewhere. Ooh, on the way down here. Alright, well, maybe Villager, maybe Krakatrichug can take it. Somebody can take it, I'm sure. Alright, let's see what else we got to do, though. Grimgor, you were about to declare war on these guys. In fact, you have, so switch yourself to WAAAGH begins. And... I mean, it'll be 2 stacks. Is it worth fighting for Grimgor? Let's see what we got here. Pyrrhic Victory. Oh, it'll kill off one of our giants, so I guess by that nature it is. Alright, fair enough. We'll besiege you, and we'll attack you next turn. Or actually, we'll attack you this turn, but once I'm done moving everybody else around. Snorka was nearly ready. I actually wanted him to have a couple of Arachnaroks, but we still don't have the... capacity. 2 armies of the... Vampire Coast. Can't deal with you as yet, but what we can do is move you... Oh, so if we could... Wait. Move away from these guys. Let's see if we can't put you into ambush so that they... we can't. Okay, fine. Just go here. And now we can ambush. Okay, fine. And then you, sir, just stay where you are. Hopefully they will both try to come after you together, and then we'll be able to have Spite Blood Reaper and reinforce out of that ambush. We shall see. Although I suppose if he actually manages to ambush these guys, it might be a little bit better, but I'm a little bit concerned that these guys might be then a little bit too far from us. Can't quite tell how far they can go. You can certainly reach us now. Wait, you know what? Go here, just out of curiosity. No, they can still reach, yeah, they can still reach Vicious. Alright, that's fine. Might give Spite a little bit more work like this. Alright, that's you guys. Who's up next? Ugga, Krugga, no. Arachnic. You, this guy didn't move away. Well, it looks like our spider boys have a little bit more work on them. Let us... WAAAGH begin stance. Let's move over to this side. We're not going to be keeping this place because we don't care about it. We will attack it, however. And then we will heroic victory. Interesting. Alright, we'll set up the siege, but I want to move everybody else and pick our battles, because, well, we gotta pick our battles to see which battles are worth fighting. Mostly because at this point in the game, bad battles aren't really worth our time. I see this one's decisive victory low, and though it does have something of a garrison, it's mostly garbage zombies, so I think we just auto-resolve this. Like so. That's a little bit damaged. And we will occupy the place. And these barrier mountains, the northern grey mountains, will help us out. We're going to demolish the building and we will build you up immediately. And then we will put you immediately into Give It Here. We can upgrade you, I guess, and we can immediately get the boss's tent. Very, very nice. And there is a gold mine here as well, so... maybe we'll go for positive again at some point. Someday, some way. Continue. Gorkill got Stabba. Oh! Gorkill, I have a present for you. You will take Norden. And while we do want you to move through to Salkalton... Okay, well, first of all, let's just figure this out. You, Gabledna. Steel Tech. Yeah, go figure. Gabledna the failure fails again? Yeah. You're going to occupy Norden. Yeah, that Hydra's gonna be a liability. I think I'm gonna take it out of this army because it seems like we can't auto-resolve because the Hydra just get wrecked every single time. It's a little bit annoying because I wanted that regen to match the Trolls regen, but what can you do? Occupied will keep the place. Oh, despite the... shouldn't we have taken it a tier 3? Odd. Not a big deal, but odd. We'll actually save this so we can upgrade the Greenskin Fort next turn. Ooh, Helm of Discord, nice. Alright. We'll move back around to grab Dietershofen, and while we do, we got our present. A Rogue Idol, a Chaos War Shrine of Khorne, a Chaos War Shrine, or Blood Shrine of Khorne, a Chaos War Shrine of Slaanesh, and a Blood Rack Shrine. With these powers combined, or by these powers combined, our trolls will never rout again. We can also move around and maybe build you some... Build you some more stone trolls, but I don't know if we have the capacity for it. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, Rogue Idol Fairy. I've been still keeping you around, haven't I? You're no longer really going to be particularly helpful here. I'm gonna keep away from Morlana as well. Jump to Volzanville. Alright, good. You can't get intercepted by Morlana because she's too far. I was a little bit concerned there for a sec. Now I have to find you again. Damn it. Rogue Idol Fairy here. Uglok the Boorable. You... Wait. Let's see if Greebits can grab this. Go to Mysterious Island. Yeah, he can just reach it next turn. Grab Fortified Grog for an easier auto-resolve. And Curse of Cannibalism. That's quite nice. Makes sense for the Savage Orcs as well. Go to Horven Gast. Uglok. I guess we're gonna march you to Aristad. And, oh, would you look at that? These two are here together. Oh, Lokir's back. Just quickly auto-resolve him. Wait, can you build your... No. Should we level you? Probably also no. We're just gonna wait for Bone Daga and Holleran, so there's no real need. And you... don't have your buffs for riders. I got Vindictive Glare, Sneaky Stabbin'. Oh, you don't have Nastier Squigs. Wait, was I gonna replace you? Upkeep reduction for Gobos and Night Gobos. Nah, we still want the Goblin Tide for the armor for the Squig Hoppers. Despite the fact that regular Goblin Tide doesn't normally work for the for Night Goblins, it does work for the Hoppers, so that's fine. Master Squigs, please. Pretty considerable buff to them. Alright, I'll resolve this real quick. Yeah, Lokir's gonna run, so's the other guy, but I don't think they're gonna run far enough, and we'll be able to land and start using those squig piles, and please don't go around. Okay, no. We're okay. Auto-resolve this and put the spider banner on. Honestly, it doesn't really need to be in this army, because basically the entire army poisons anyway. And I wouldn't want to override... Well, I guess we could override one regular poison with a lethal poison, if we really wanted to. You're eventually going to be on an Arachnarok, so you're going to have that anyway. You know what, we could give it to one of these guys. They don't have anything to override. Oh, the Strider will keep them from matching each other in speed, but whatever. And what the heck? The one that we get... Oh, that's annoying. So we gave it Strider, so the auto-resolve assumed that it would be moving very, very far and further than fast and further than everybody else, meaning this thing got wrecked. Oh, that's so rude. Okay, well, this banner is a liability. Huh. Okay, well, we're gonna take that off, and I guess... still slaughter the captives. Hopefully this guy is just by himself, yeah. We should be able to auto-resolve him, right? Hey, an Armor of Gork. Nice. Go. Okay, good. Man, and now it doesn't even hurt. Oh, that spider banner. Oh, game. For missile resistance, that'll be nice when you're on your big old spider. And you get some more ancillaries. Go into full speed stance, move up here, and start moving to Dromere Valley and then up through Aristad. I guess both of you. You can separate to attack various enemies here. Or we could send you to Bjornling's Gathering, but I guess if you go here, we're still in our own territory, which means we'll heal up more. Which I like a little bit more. I think it's the better option. Plus, I'd like to see if Kugath is here. No, not Kugath, but there is an army there. Which means it'll be worth a fight. Lovely. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Who still needs to move? Oh, you know what? We're going to run out of time if we keep going, so I think we'll pick a fight and we'll fight it. And the fight that we shall pick is going to have to be Grimgor's. Grimgor, I don't think we'll level your guys up. You have Mentor, yes? Yeah, they all have Mentor. Frankly, we know Grimgor shouldn't have too much of a problem here, but, well, his Black Orcs are still reasonably slow, so they'll still have to deal with this, though. Damn those stats. This looks like if it wasn't for the weapon strength, this would look like a lord or hero's stats, rather than a unit with 100 units. Pretty crazy. Go. Alright, here we go again. It's been far, far too long since we've had to contend with force-feeding our Black Orc legions with, I don't know, 600 arrows per second or so. Some insane amount. And they've certainly weathered the storm many a time, but they're going to have to weather quite another one. That's a lot of wood elves and a lot of archer symbols on that map. Certainly a scary sight, but we will overcome. Anyway, the proper choppers will be in the lead this time around. Looks like they're going to get hit with those poison arrows, so they'll slow them down. Unfortunately, these are the shielded Black Orcs who will move in first, and then the units with the great weapon Black Orcs will essentially go around the enemy. They're hidden right now, but they won't be forever. Alright, it looks like we were able to go past one of the barricades because there was no barricade there with Grimgor and with the Black Orc big bosses, and at least that'll allow us to distract 3 of those enemy range units. Let's try to distract a few more. Proper Chopper's got to get into combat. Of course, the enemy will continue with that damn arrow rain non-stop. But we'll make it, and come on, just gotta force them to engage so we can at least destroy a few of these units. And obviously this is the issue with having no cavalry in the army, but while obviously that would have made a lot of the battles easier, I still think that this was the more fun way to do it. And let's face it, if we didn't have the challenge of the Wood Elf areas, and this campaign would have been a lot easier, and maybe a little bit too much easier, as these are some pretty darn challenging fights, by virtue of the particular weakness of this particular army. And adapting to it was pretty enjoyable. Anyway, the arrow rain continues, and there's quite a bit of it. In fact, one of the proper choppers, in fact, are down to about half HP. We're going to try to help our allies out by throwing an headbutt down on those Wildwood Rangers in Eternal Guard, though the Tree Man and the Treekin are going to be completely unaffected. Grimgor and his minion Black Orcs are trying to break their way through the enemy pile of Treekin, who are very, very good at holding back piles of units, and appear to be continuing to be so. They're targeting Dwayne, who has dropped down below half HP now, and we'll need to be careful lest he begin to crumble away as the rogue idols crumble, right? They like start falling apart. A rebel. Battle outcome is undecided, causes damage to self. Duration damage to self. Yeah, I think that's the one. Basically, we want to avoid that. Anyway, the Black Orc big bosses are moving forward. They tried to catch that Glade Lord on his damn great stag, but alas, they could not as they got bogged down. The boars that they have, unfortunately, don't have sufficient mass to allow them to easily break through. Well, you know who's got mass? It's Black Orcs with great weapons who are now charging out of the woods to help out their shielded sword and board brethren, and are going to separate themselves into as many blobs as they can to stop as many enemy range units as fighting as they can. Shield of Thorns comes down on the enemy. Pretty good effectiveness, I would wager, against our massive pile of melee units. And here the Immortals and the Crimson Killers are fighting together to try to get those Sisters of the Thorn deleted as well. And gotta prevent them from applying those toxins, in addition to the poisons and non-stop arrows. Alright, looks like this poor unit of Glade Guard is very much engaged, though they're down to like 20% of their ammunition, so they certainly expended most of it. Good for them. Having a little bit of a tough time over on this side, but the enemy's committed 3 Treekin and a Tree Man to this particular area, plus those Eternal Guard and Wildwood Rangers, so hardly surprising. We have sent in our casters to help out here, the Hag to debuff the enemy generally, and both of them to repeatedly cast whatever they can here, as we'll need a little bit of help on breaking through all this wood. Alright, a Spirit Leech to help out against the Tree Man, but at least in the background our units of various Black Orcs with great weapons are doing their work. Axes of the Dark trying to chase off 2 enemy units in... or at once. The little Grimgors making their way up the ramp following to get to the Choppers, who always seem to be in the lead. And man, those Choppers are big. Oh man. Like, compared to the size of the elves, those choppers are damn big. Well, the better to chop down all these dryads and treemen and treekin with. Anyway, Grimgor making his way up the ramp as well. He's sighted the enemy lord on that great stag. I think he's hit him once or possibly twice, absolutely wrecking his HP. Now he just needs to hit him a few more times. But generally speaking, lords seem to not want to fight Grimgor, as has been my experience in this campaign. Which, you know, fair enough, but it is a little bit annoying, especially since Grimgor, being primarily a duelist lord, isn't particularly good at mincing infantry. He's not like Torox, who just absolutely wrecks infantry, and then absolutely wrecks enemy lords as well, being a generalist in that regard. Even if I would wager that Grimgor is probably the better one-on-one duelist, it's hard when you can't get him his duel. Looks like Demidlin is pretty badly hurt here, but in fact, I do believe... Wait, where is... Dwayne? Okay, I've lost sight of Dwayne, but he's pretty badly hurt as well. Somewhere around here. Oh, actually, I think I sent him off of the field because he got very, very badly damaged, or rather, I withdrew him. Not that it's super important. Grimgor's finally caught that enemy lord, who I guess got blocked by his own archers. And now Grimgor will maybe whack away at a few of the archers just because they're there. Pop that blood-forged armor, lovely effect around him. Get a little bit of extra damage and take a few for the enemy archers with every blow of his axe. Now the enemy are most definitely in trouble. Their center has collapsed and it looks like we're making our way up both ramps. Now we just gotta get engaged with every single, or engage rather, every single enemy range unit and prevent them from doing any more damage. The middle one is almost as badly damaged as Dwayne was when I withdrew him off field. Now it started to take a little bit of damage on the giants as well. The Ardlad's down to about half HP, which is actually pretty impressive, because this guy's got 65% missile resistance and 30% physical resistance. So for a giant to lose half of its HP to range fire is pretty darn impressive, especially non-magical range fire. But anyway, we finally make it through and the enemy army will suddenly shatter as all of those range units are no longer able to attack us. A Pyrrhic victory, and we certainly took the damage, but we just barely managed to not lose any. And yeah, don't underestimate those wood elves on the defense with those massive piles of range units. Well, alright, not too bad of a battle in my opinion. Still got pretty heavily damaged due to that lack of range and the irritating tactics of the Wood Elves with all that backing off and focus firing. Speaking of focus fire, Dwayne got pin-cushioned and almost went down, but we did manage to withdraw him just in time. We're gonna occupy the place and hopefully not have to rebuild too much, mostly because I'm too lazy to do. And oh wow. I didn't know that you were such a low level. Oh well. Give it here for you. Grimgor, you should heal up in 2 turns by the time that you reach the next location. I may send Grom with you, just so that we have some fast movers to deal with these guys, as there's going to be a lot of range once again, and it's not like Grom has something he really has to be doing after the Crags of Findal anyway, since Nobber can move down southward. Anyway, those will all be considerations for next time, as once more we're out of time, and I'm going to call the episode here. Just need to finish up with Ethel Lauren, and otherwise finish up with the Empire and the Dark Elves, so stay tuned for that next time. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, as it will determine how often this campaign is posted. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.